Hi beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I install these luscious brown goddess braids on myself. I put the curls at the ends rather than throughout the hair. I'll turn around so you can see the back. So putting the hair at the ends is another option also. And if you like what you see, don't tune out, continue to watch. So for this segment of the video, I'm going to show you guys how I add the braiding hair into the doll's head. And bear in mind that this could potentially be a real life client or a model. Typically when you are using a doll's head, it doesn't come out as great as on a real life person. So I typically don't offer braiding services, and that's because I am a slow braider. But I don't mind teaching on my YouTube videos because I remember being 15 years old, not having anybody to do my hair. I couldn't afford to go to the salons every month or every 2 weeks, and as a result I had to learn how to do my own hair. So the first person that taught me was my Ghanaian friend. And after she taught me, then we went to the salons and we were just paying close attention to what they did whenever we went to get our hair done. And then we started practicing on each other. After that, I discovered YouTube and the rest was history. Like, I learned so much from YouTube. And back then it wasn't even as developed as it is now. And back then braids were still seen as like a childish hairstyle. So what I've done, I've sectioned a small piece, and from this section, this is what I'm going to add onto the braiding hair. Well, add the braiding hair onto this. And basically the ratio of this square needs to match with the ratio of the braiding hair. If it's too thick, too thin, it's not going to look good, and the thickness of the hair could cause breakage onto the person's real hair. So you want to be very careful, especially when it comes to the front hairline and the back hairline. So I get the right ratio. You just have to guesstimate. And then I'm going to cause a chain link and make sure it's even and it's straight. I would ask the model to tilt their head, or the client, and just pretend that I'm going in to start cane rowing, but actually I'm not. I am plaiting. I don't really... I'll try to do one more because I don't think you guys really caught that, and I hope it's clear. So this is a traditional braid and it has the knot at the top, but I try not to let the knot be too big. And you could just get yourself an affordable doll head, some leftover hair or the cheapest hair you can find in the hair store, and start practicing at home. For me, I started practicing on my friend, and then after her I started practicing on myself and my brothers and sisters. I used to cane row and twist their hair for school, and then eventually I started with the braids. So now we're coming to the end of the braids, and I want to insert the curly piece so that it can turn into a goddess braid. So get down as much as possible as to when the braid starts getting thin. You're going to get your curly piece. You can add some mousse on this if you want to help to reduce the frizz and the flyaways and the shedding. And I'm going to put the curly piece underneath the braid, behind the braid, and then just start plaiting it into the hair. And I'm going to braid a fair bit down so the curly piece doesn't easily fall out. Get a thin piece of hair, and this is where we're going to start to close off the braid. So you're going to wrap it around, create a loop and a knot, and wrap it around maybe 3-4 times. This secures the braid at the end so it doesn't unravel while the person is wearing the braided hairstyle. And this is really going to help you secure your hair, and you don't have to use super glue or nail glue or anything like that. Then I'm going to get all the stray pieces, all the pieces that don't belong at the end, and we're going to trim it off. So this is what it's looking like. Should be better now that the white background is there. We've got a plait going into a curl. In this section here, I'm going to trim that off now. As I'm braiding my model or client's hair, I trim as I go, because I don't want to do this at the very end when I've got about 100 to 200 braids to do. So that to me is creating more work, and I don't like that. So I'm going to trim it now with the scissors. And in real life, that would probably just be the person's real hair sticking out, or sometimes it's not the real hair, it's the braiding hair. If you don't want to cut the person's real hair and they've requested for you not to cut their hair, you have to really make sure that you put a lot of braiding gel, so that way the person's hair is not sticking out of the braid. And you have to use the tuck method. So now you have a nice, neat braid. So this is the end of my tutorial, and I hope you like the braids and the tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.